Hi, Monica.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. You?
Good. I'm good. So let me just come out of here. And I want to welcome you. So you are officially the first student that I have done this with.
Nice. Good.
Terrific.
Curious.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your interest and for filling out the survey. And hi, Donna. We just have a second participant joining us. Donna, this is this Monica?
Hi, Donna. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So this is great. So it's just 2 o'clock now. So I anticipate that folks will be joining us. And as I'll do that, as folks join in, we'll acknowledge that, that they're joining us and, make sure everybody gets set up as we get going. Donna Milgram, who just joined, is a consultant who's working with us on this project. She has a lot of experience in connecting women to technical education and trades programs. So I'm so happy that she's working with me on this because it's really important, and she knows so much about this and has a lot of expertise to help us along.
Nice.
And it's a lot of fun.
So you'll notice, the interface is swapping faces back and forth. So it's Google Hangouts is trying to keep, the action on the screen. So that's a little bit about why it keeps changing on the main screen. So Monica, can you would you mind sharing just telling me how what you know about the MakerSpace? Is it
I don't know anything, so this is why I'm here, because I'm pretty new at City College. I was an international student, but I get married and now I have H4.
Okay.
So I changed the status. And the spring 2018 was my first semester at City College. My background is art history and Italian American studies. But because I moved here from New York, and here, of course, everything is about technologies and less about the humanities. So
Yes.
I had to switch a little bit my field and improve my technical skills. So I start with the user experience design certificate. It's actually visual media design department.
Yes.
I started with the foundation certificate, and then I would like to continue with another certificate that it's more about user experience design or interface design.
Yes.
And I actually look for some course that that can give me the opportunity to start in the workplace. So maybe with an internship or even no paid internship, just to start from scratch.
Yes, yes.
And have some, some experience that I can use after in other company.
Yes.
So.
Okay, great, great. Okay, so thank you so much. And I think what we'll do is we'll get started. It's, let's see, how are we doing on time? It is just 5 minutes after 2. So Dawn, I'll ask you in terms of starting, should we just get going or?
Yeah, so I want to, I think what may have happened, can I ask Monica a question?
Yeah.
Monica, so did you just realize when you saw the survey, oh, I should go to Google Hangouts at this time? Is that how you ended up here?
No, I received an email and I just clicked the link.
Okay, so everybody received an individual email and clicked the link. Okay,
Yeah.
so because I know there was a much larger number, so I was wondering if it was a lack of tech savviness or email wasn't pushed out, you know.
A sort of conversational group on Hangout that appears. And then I receive an email like 10 minutes to 2 o'clock with the link, and I just click there.
Yeah.
Maybe they have to accept something before the call. Hangout like send you as a sort of message. You have to accept the message, and then you are able to join the call.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we should go ahead, and are you recording this, right?
I am, yeah.
Okay. So then you can always push it out, and everyone else can get the great same information, and email you questions, or if they need to set up a time to talk, you may have to do it that way. So I think you should go ahead, and we're so happy to have Monica here.
We are. Thank you, Donna. And Donna, we can maybe debrief after. I can tell you,
Sure.
What I did, but I'm anyway so happy that both of you are joining, and I'm especially delighted to be sharing with you this new endeavor that we have at City College, and it is to be we're creating. Oops, sorry about that. Let me just go back here, and I will share. I want to share some slides with you both, so to give you some information about 2 different parts of this new program that we're really excited to be offering. So can you both see a slide that says CCSF Women's MakerSpace orientation session? Okay, terrific. So we are at City College very excited to be offering a new program called Maker Studies. And Maker Studies has a couple of different components to it. And it's a unique program because it is interdisciplinary in nature. Monica, was interesting in your introduction how you talked about humanities and technology, and how users interact with technology. So this is a growing trend in the area of technology, and also of art and design and architecture and many other related fields that students need to have a cross-section of skills and technical depth. And as a result of that understanding, City College is moving ahead with this program that provides both coursework, new spaces, and also internship opportunities, so that students can begin to both build skills, have the space to do this kind of work, and also find work experience, work experience in these fields. So I want to focus on, I want to tell you about a new class that we're offering in the fall. I want to talk to you about our Maker internship program, and also in fall we'll be presenting our certificate in Maker Studies, which enables students to combine the Maker 100 class with courses from other departments to they're able to earn a certificate in that. Okay, so if there are any questions, we can ask them, or I'll just go ahead and move into the material.
I have a question, but maybe you can as well after.
Yes, go ahead.
Whatever you want. I'm just wondering if it's need any kind of a skill to start this certificate or this program. You need to have a specific background or some knowledge before.
So this is a wonderful question. So the answer to that is no. We've designed this program for all levels. So students who are brand new to this kind of work, through students who have some, maybe have worked in a makerspace before or have some kind of background in this. But we really wanted it to be a space where anyone with any, any experience level could come in and get started, working on this. And on the next slide, I'll tell you about how we've structured the course for that. But it really is a course that's designed to take you from having no experience to, by the end of the course, having confidence with hand tools and some of the other fabrication equipment that's in the makerspace.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, so this is a brand new course called Maker 100, called Practices of Making. And what's really exciting and unique is that we'll be teaching this in a brand new makerspace class in the Science Building, Science 211. And it's currently under construction. We're renovating the room from an old chemistry lab to a modern classroom with lots of new equipment. So you'll be able to get experience with laser cutters and 3D printers. And again, with an understanding that everyone in the class is a beginner, lots of time to try things out and practice. And, part of making is, failing in a safe space. So we understand that students will be new to this, and we really want it to be an environment where you can come and try things out and learn and, not have to worry about, that you're new or that you might be making mistakes, because that's going to all be part of the process. A couple of important kind of details. So if you're eligible for Free City, it falls under that, so it would be tuition free. And also the materials, we have a grant for this program, so there'll be no materials cost to you. Materials for making can be very expensive, plywood and plexiglass and things like that. So there will be no cost for materials. If you're working towards an AS degree, it satisfies the GE Area E. So it combines, it has elements of the art piece of it, but also because it's making and taught in the makerspace, there will be other aspects of it, such as a little bit of engineering and a little bit of design and a little bit of construction and a little bit of technology. So we're really excited that it's this unique blend of things and satisfies the Area E requirement. And then that's, if you're interested in registering, just some information about when it's offered in the CRN, so that you can enroll if you're interested in this.
Mm-hmm.
What students can expect in this course is hands-on technical skill development in the following areas. So it starts out with drawing and design, and we have faculty from 3 different areas who will be teaching the content. So it's team taught. So Eugene Young from Visual Media Design will teach the first component. Thinking, that's a really important technical skill that is not necessarily covered in some of the other classes, but it is brought in here because we know that when students have ideas and they want to be able to think through how to, you know, put them on paper, that's a really good skill to have. The second part of the course focuses on coding and technology. We'll be coding and soldering things all the way from paper circuits all the way to, like, we'll be doing some virtual reality, and then learning some basic coding so that we can animate and you know, add, you know, we can program the physical pieces that we'll be working on through the rest of the course. And then finally, from the art department, Suzanne Pugh is a metal arts and jewelry instructor, and she'll be teaching the final component, which is about construction and metal fabrication. So if you think about, you know, starting on paper, going through all the way metal construction with coding and technology in the middle, that you can see sort of the progression of how, you know, how we're going to move through the course. And, you know, the goal is really to give you the skills to turn an idea or, you know, a design concept into something physical that then you can either use for your, you know, personal project or a portfolio piece, or something that's meaningful to you, either professionally or for, you know, in your personal life. The next, so any questions about the course or that piece of it?
So everything is in one course. So
yes,
just one course. It's not the certificate. It's just one.
That's correct. That's correct. So each of these content areas will be like will take like 5 or 6 weeks. So it'll be 5 to 6 weeks of drawing and design, 5 to 6 weeks of coding, and 5 to 6 weeks of the metal fabrication and construction.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's just one semester.
One semester for this course. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yep. Okay. And then, okay. So that's the course, and like I said, it's brand new. It's going to be taught in the MakerSpace classroom, and we're really excited. So hopefully, you know, if you have room in your schedule, or, you know, we'll be on campus, I'd love to have you enroll in that. The next component of this program is related to internships, and because this the Maker Studies program is connected to a grant and to workforce outcomes, it's really important that we provide internships for students that pay. And the pay rate is $15 an hour, so it is competitive with, you know, other minimum wage jobs. And we have this internship program has a number of different options. So we'll have internships on campus or off campus. We are working with our partners in the local community with great companies like San Francisco MoMA, Timbuktu, the clothing company, and Ritual Roasters. Those are all places that we've either placed interns before, or we know we'll have internships coming up this year. And we can do a range of internships from 20-hour range through up to 150 hours. So depending on what your schedule is, there's a range of the number of hours that you can commit to. We can find internships both in the fall semester or in the spring semester, and it's considering that this area does sort of bring together different skill expertise, like tech and design or fashion and coding, those kinds of things. It is a nice opportunity to have an internship where you can apply them. And sorry, I got a little distracted. Did I see a question pop up on that? Let me just check my, did you mention? Okay, so thank you, that's a great question. So the question is, when does the class start and end? And what days it takes place. So it does start at the beginning of the fall semester. And I believe the first class meeting day is August 22nd, Wednesday, August 22nd, but I'll confirm that. And it's a 17.5-week course, 3 units that will end in December. Thank you for that question. Okay. So any questions about the internship program?
Yes, I have a question. So this internship, I mean, you are eligible for this internship while you are taking the course, or you can do after, or you have to do after. So once you finish the course, then you can apply for the internship.
You can do it either. So we have a number of different internship opportunities. So you could do an internship in the fall semester if your schedule allows, or if you would rather, you can wait until after Maker 100 and then take the course, do the internship in the spring semester. So it's pretty flexible, and we have an employment specialist at City College helping us with this. He's working with organizations in the city of San Francisco, with local manufacturers and other companies. So there's lots of resources and support. So depending on what your schedule is and how ready you feel, we can do something either in the fall or in the spring.
Yeah, but I mean, it's mandatory take the course and take the internship. So you have to, if you want to take an internship, you have to do also the course, I think, even if you take the course while you are working, right?
So it's not mandatory. We're encouraging students to enroll in Maker 100 because that's the skill set that we're hearing from employers that are important. So while it's not mandatory, we are encouraging it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, great. And then let's see. So in terms of next steps, we're going to do a couple of things. One is that if you're interested in enrolling in the course, here's information for that. It is offered on Wednesdays from 3 to 6 in the afternoon. And the CRN is there, 78491. That's, you'll need that to enroll in the course. And then we will have a follow-up session regarding internships. So Monica, I have your email address, and I will be setting up a meeting in August for students who have expressed an internship. And we'll be able to, provide information about how to get started. By that part of the, at the start of the semester, students typically have an idea how much time they'll be available and what their class schedule looks like. So it tends to be good timing in terms of finding something that works out. And then we also will be announcing the certificate in Maker Studies in the fall. And we'll be able to, let students know about other classes that can be applied to that certificate and what other offerings, would be complementary to the Maker 100 class.
Mm-hmm.
So, and are there any other questions from Monica or Donna that I can answer that we haven't covered yet?
If I could ask a question, that would be great.
Sure.
So, if I was a student who, didn't have any background in technical making, and I wanted to work in a technical internship, then would I be able to both simultaneously take the Maker and go right into the internship at the same time? I know these are paid internships, so how does that work? From the perspective, if you don't have any experience, or maybe if I'm a student and I have maybe a year's experience, but maybe it's informal as a volunteer, not paid, so how could I decide if I needed to take the Maker course, if I should take the Maker course,
Yeah. So that's a really great question. And So I would say for students who are interested in this field and don't have any experience, the Maker 100 course is a good place to start because it will be taught in the MakerSpace. We will be focusing on, using this equipment such as laser cutters and 3D printers that are part of this new kind of world of design and construction and technology. So for new students, I would definitely recommend taking the Maker 100 course. And then in terms of internships, that I want to just remind you about that slide that I showed that had internships ranging in the hours from 20 hours all the way up to 150. So we can do, and also on campus and off campus. So a student who was interested in an internship this semester but didn't have a lot of experience, we can do things such as work experience in the MakerSpace, maybe focusing on, if your interest is laser cutting, we could create an internship for you around the laser cutter. Or if you were interested in the hand tools, we could create a 20-hour internship for you around using the hand tools. So, it's wonderful. And to add to that, we have industry partners who are giving input into the kinds of projects that that they'd like to see students doing. So, because this is part of the CCC Maker grant, we have a lot of support and we have partners who can help us create these internship experiences for students who might just be starting out with the technology and with the material.
So that's great. So I could be a student with no experience, wanting to go in a new area, and you can even create like an on-campus internship that helps give me the experience so that I'd be competitive in the pool for one of the internships with the employers that's paid. And then that helps bring me into that career pathway and eventually to be able to get a position. And then also the MakerSpace course can help with that. But then on the other hand, if I really actually have a lot of experience and I don't need that level, I might be able to go directly into a paid internship with an employer.
Exactly. So we can work with individual students to figure out what their experience level is and readiness level, and we have a number of options of how to work that out.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, it's a unique program, and we're excited because we think for women students in particular, having these options, is going to be able to help them, achieve their goals, even if they're regardless of what point they're getting started at.
Great, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I have a question. So, after taking the course and the internship, in my case, I don't have any experience. I mean, I have other kind of experience. So let's pretend that I'm taking the course and I'm taking the internship. After, what kind of job position I can look for?
Sure. So I can tell you about 3 interns that were placed through this program in the spring semester. One student was an intern at a company called Plethora, and his job was to run the CNC machine, which is a large machine that's used for, small scale manufacturing. So he came as a technician. He ran the machine. He cleaned up after it. He worked with the designers and the managers there, and his position was to run the machine. And that's a great, I love to share that one because he got hired there when his internship ended. So now he's at Plethora, and Plethora is a local company. They do small scale manufacturing where they help, local manufacturers go from an idea all the way through a small production run. Another student that we placed this past semester was at Pagoda Arts. And this student's job was to run the laser cutter, so doing cutting and cuttings on the laser cutter. A laser cutter is a machine, they can range in size from a desktop size all the way through, these giant $1 million machines where they're laser cutting metal parts and that kind of thing. And it was laser cutting art pieces. So So designs on plexiglass and designs on wood and even designs on cardboard and paper. And that came, you know, he was a student at City College and had maybe 9 units worth of coursework. And so he now is working, after the internship, working part-time at Pagoda Arts. And then the third student that we placed is at Ritual Coffee. And Ritual Roasters has needed to create a 3D design layout of their roasting facility, and that students working on that. So creating a virtual 3D design of the roasting facility that then they'll be building. You know, they're going to be creating this small scale version of their roasting facility. So, so those are examples of students who are off campus. We also had about 20 students who were involved in on-campus internships, and these students worked in teams to do things. One team was designing a display for the cloud, for the entryway in Cloud Hall, like a museum display. They were going to be creating display cases and the installation inside of that. Another team organized the City Film Festival for a high school, promotion, and, you know, designed a system for outreach. And then the third team actually built a small scanning system. They worked with faculty from the computer science department, and they designed an interface for scanning student ID cards to be able to use the equipment in the MakerSpace. So a range, you know, you can see that really there are different projects, and these projects were initiated by students themselves, by faculty members, and students from different departments work together on these teams so that we contribute a different skill set. So it was really exciting, and there are lots of good feedback from that. So if you have something in particular you're interested in, we can work with you to either find another team or a faculty member who's working on that. It's really, you know, the maker philosophy is about, you know, is very individual driven, and that finding other people who are interested in the same kinds of things to work on and solve problems together.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? No? Well, I want to thank you both so much for joining me. Monica, you get an official pioneer designation for being the first student to join us on our virtual information session. So I want to, you know, I just want to thank you so much for.
Thank you to you.
And
being very clear. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And you know, if you want to follow up by email, I'd be happy to, you know, to stay in touch. And I hope to see you in the Maker class or at the internship information session, or both, when we get started in the fall. Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Monica.
Good day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.